Hi, friends! Today I will be telling you a story about a doctor and his haunted clinic. In the heart of Avatar World stood a bright, cheerful clinic. During the day, people from all over town visited Dr. Alden for checkups and treatments. The waiting room was always filled with the laughter of children playing with toys, the hum of soft music, and the reassuring voice of the kind doctor. To everyone in Willow Creek, Dr. Alden was a hero who kept the town healthy. But at night, the clinic was not the same. The story begins with Mia and her best friends, Sam and Ellie. They were curious kids, always searching for adventures. One day, as they sat on Mia's porch eating popsicles, Sam whispered, "Have you ever heard the stories about Dr. Alden's clinic at night?" Ellie tilted her head. "What stories?" Sam's eyes widened. "They say strange things happen after midnight. People hear footsteps, lights flicker, and some kids swear they've seen Dr. Alden walking the halls. But he looks different, like a shadow." Mia rolled her eyes but felt a shiver run down her spine. "That's silly. Dr. Alden is nice. Why would he haunt his own clinic?" "I don't know," Sam admitted. "But my cousin said she saw him looking out the window when she was walking home. The lights were off, and his eyes glowed like..." He paused, searching for the right words. "Like little flashlights." Ellie shivered. "That's creepy." Curiosity bubbled in Mia's chest. "There's only one way to find out if it's true. Let's go to the clinic tonight." Sam and Ellie hesitated, but eventually nodded. They couldn't resist a good mystery. That night, as the clock struck 11, the trio snuck out of their homes and met outside the clinic. The building looked so normal in the moonlight. Clean windows, neat flower beds, and a small sign that read, "Willow Creek Health Center." "It doesn't look spooky," Ellie whispered. "Wait until midnight," Sam said, his voice trembling just a little. The minutes ticked by slowly. The street grew quiet, and the soft glow of the streetlights cast long shadows. At exactly midnight, the clinic's front door creaked open on its own. The kids froze. Did you see that?" Ellie stammered. Mia swallowed hard. "It's probably just the wind." "There's no wind," Sam pointed out, but Mia was already stepping toward the door. "Are you sure about this?" he called after her. "We have to know," Mia said, though her heart was pounding like a drum. The three friends crept inside. The clinic was eerily quiet. The waiting room, so lively during the day, now felt cold and empty. Shadows danced on the walls as the moonlight filtered through the blinds. "See?" Mia whispered. "Nothing weird." But then a soft sound reached their ears. Tap, tap, tap. Like someone walking down the hallway. "Who's there?" Ellie whispered, clutching Sam's arm. No one answered. The tapping grew louder, echoing through the clinic. The kids followed the sound, tiptoeing down the dark hallway. It led to Dr. Alden's office. The room was colder than the other rooms, and the trio felt like they were being watched at all times once they entered the doctor's office. The room was empty, but the light came from the computer screen on the desk. It displayed a calendar with strange, flickering dates. But that wasn't the strangest part. On the desk lay an old, dusty book with the words, "The Midnight Doctor," etched into the cover. Sam reached for the book, but as soon as he touched it, the tapping stopped. The silence was deafening. Then, the chair behind the desk spun around on its own. The kids screamed and backed away. Suddenly, the computer screen went black, and the bluish light filled the room. A figure began to form in the center of the glow. It was Dr. Alden, but not the kind, cheerful doctor they knew. This version of him had hollow, glowing eyes and a shadowy outline. He hovered above the ground, his white coat billowing as if caught in a breeze. "Who dares disturb my clinic?" the shadowy figure demanded, his voice echoing like a thunderclap. We didn't mean to," Ellie stammered, hiding behind Mia. Dr. Alden's shadowy form tilted his head. "Curiosity brings you here, but it also puts you in danger. This clinic has rules, and they do not allow trespassers at night." "But why?" Mia managed to ask, her voice shaking. "Why do you haunt the clinic?" The figure seemed to hesitate, as if remembering something. "I am not what I once was. During the day, I care for the people of Willow Creek. But at night, I am trapped in a curse. A mistake I made long ago keeps me here, half a man, half a shadow." A curse? Sam whispered. Can we help? Dr. Alden's glowing eyes softened. Perhaps, but it will not be easy. He pointed to the book on the desk. Inside that book is the key to breaking the curse, but the task is dangerous and the shadows will try to stop you. We'll do it, Mia said firmly, though her legs felt like jelly. The kids opened the book and found a page with a strange symbol and a riddle. To free the doctor, you must find the heart that beats in the dark. What does that mean? Ellie asked, her voice trembling. Dr. Alden's shadowy form flickered. The heart is hidden, deep within the clinic, guarded by the shadows of my past mistakes. You must follow the tapping sounds to find it. But be careful. The shadows will try to trick you. The kids nodded and set off, the book clutched tightly in Mia's hands. As they moved through the clinic, the tapping resumed, guiding them through twisting hallways that seemed to stretch forever. Shadows flickered on the walls, sometimes taking on strange humanoid shapes. Stay close, Mia whispered. As they walked, the clinic's layout began to feel unfamiliar. Hallways twisted in directions they didn't recognize, and doors appeared where there had been none before. At one point, Ellie swore she saw a figure peeking around a corner, but when they approached, it was gone. This place feels alive, Sam muttered. Finally, they reached the basement door. It creaked open, revealing a staircase that led into darkness. The tapping grew louder, like a heartbeat. This must be it, Sam said, his voice barely audible. The basement was cold and filled with old medical equipment. On a table, there was a statue holding a miniature book with the shape of a heart drawn on its cover. But as they approached, the shadows came alive, forming tall, menacing figures with glowing eyes. Go back! The shadows hissed. We can't, Mia said, stepping forward. We have to break the curse. The shadows lunged, but Sam grabbed a flashlight from his backpack and shone it at them. The shadows recoiled, hissing and retreating into the corners. Using the opening Sam had created, Mia grabbed the statue and booked it. The shadows let out a deafening screech and disappeared. Suddenly, Dr. Alden's shadowy form appeared before them. But this time, he looked like the kind doctor they knew, his face peaceful and his eyes no longer glowing. You did it, he said softly. You broke the curse. The clinic seemed to sigh with relief, the coldness lifting. The kids smiled, proud and relieved. Thank you, Dr. Alden said. Now I can finally rest. The next day, the clinic was just as cheerful as ever. Dr. Alden was there, his usual kind self, but he gave Mia, Sam, and Ellie a knowing smile.